Actually, my father and I were talking about this as we were reading an article together the other day. In non-election years, the S&P 500 has averaged about 8%. In election years, it's averaged 7.5%. And I would probably say that most of us agree that, the last 8 years we've had a bigger gap between the two parties that we have right here in the United States. The market still historically on average averages 7.5% a year. So it's not the time to be out of the market. It's a time where the market still performs. We've had a lot of conversations recently, I would say the last 3 years, with people that have said, hey, I was really happy with my advisor. I was really happy with the market, but the last 3 years, what they're doing for safe money investments hasn't been paying off. I can't speak to obviously anybody's specific returns, but just if you're someone that you want safety, you're concerned about where the market's going, you're concerned about the election, one of the things that we've found is some of our best conversations are around safe money investments that you have no risk. And so if that's something that you're interested in, we'd be happy to have a conversation around how do you add some preservation to your portfolio in something that truly can't lose. And a lot of you know this, but Yelisey in our office, he manages what I call the risk money, and I manage what we call the safe money. And it's been a great marriage in bringing the growth bucket and the safety bucket together. When it comes to risk, there's really a couple things that we look at. So one is, how much risk are you willing to take? So when you think about your willingness, I have families that we serve that they're not concerned if the market's down 30%, they sleep great at night because they know that historically the market's going to come back. And then I have clients that, if the market in their portfolio is down 10% and they've retired in the last 2 or 3 years and they're pulling income from their investments for the first time, they don't want that kind of risk in their portfolio. So number one is, what is your willingness? Number two, what is your need? When you think about most of the families that we serve, if they pulled all of their investments out of the market, all of their investments out of any insurance products they use, and they stuck it under the mattress, well, that feels safe. The fact that our inflation, has been at 8% 2 years in a row. This year, it's over 3%. Over time, they actually are going to run out of money because they need an investment vehicle that at least keeps pace with inflation. And then, of course, there's things that are going on inside of the room that are important, like how you and your spouse agree on these things. And Yelisey, I think you'd agree, most of the families that we serve, one of the people in that relationship is comfortable with risk, and the other person wants safety. And that's why having those different buckets or different pillars of money is so important. We serve a lot of families via Zoom, and you can reach us at 612-286-0580.
Yeah, in addition to some of those topics, we're going to talk about multiple income streams, diversifying your income sources in retirement, also management fees. A lot of times people don't know what they're paying in fees. They don't know how much they're paying their financial advisor. Maybe sometimes the fees are justifiable, right? But a lot of times people are simply overpaying. They're paying 2 to 3 times the going rate. So we're going to talk a little bit about that too.